Okay, we are going to be starting a new video series today. The website rpgmaker.net recently just finished their October game making event, the Commonplace Book. So they made a bunch of whole wonderful, nice, presumably I have not yet played them, RPG Maker games mostly, and I am going to be going through and reviewing, or more like let's playing, but commentating on hopefully all 14 of them. Because like October's over, and so what better way to celebrate November than with a bunch of horror games? So just kind of going over for this is the part 1, so I'm going to be giving each game its own video, possibly splitting them if the games are long enough that it's not really doable in one sitting. So I'm not going to go over this whole, I'll start with the event page, but we're not going to go over this every single time. I'll put it in like the description or something. This year's Halloween event is to make a game using an entry from H.P. Lovecraft's Commonplace Book. This book consists of ideas, images, and quotations hastily jotted down for possible future use in weird fiction. Very few are actually developed plots. For the most part, they are merely suggestions or random impressions designed to set the memory or imagination working. Their sources are various: dreams, things read, casual incidents, idle conceptions, and so on. Basically, it's Lovecraft's notepad of ideas, most of which he never got to use in one of his horror books. Each participant will receive a random entry from the book, and you have to make a game inspired by it, either literally or metaphorically. Given that it's a Halloween event, making a horror game is encouraged, but not an obligation. They can very well use the prompt to make a dark love story, perhaps, or a comedy horror type of thing. It's up to them. For example, entry number 23 reads, "The man who would not sleep, dares not sleep, takes drugs to keep himself awake, finally falls asleep, and something happens." If you get this, then maybe you could make a game about insomnia and the person going insane to the point where the dream world and the real world have fused together. Or maybe the story is about how a person is already in their desired world that they found while sleeping, and if they fall asleep in the dream residents will die a horrible fate, so the protagonist needs to find methods to keep themselves awake in the dream world. And then the event organizer took out entries in the book that are too vague, cryptic, or hard to understand, in interest of essentially making sure that the people doing the event weren't given anything too hard to work with, and they were allowed one reroll if they thought the theme was unworkable. The rules for this event were single player, so these are all of these games are going to be created by a single person. As long as they are playable on a Windows computer, anything goes in regards to the engine. Past experience with RPGmaker.net events suggests to me that most of these are probably going to be made in an RPG Maker game, but we might have a few. Ren'Py gets represented occasionally, and every so often someone will do something in a custom engine. Using RTP is allowed. That's the essentially default assets for RPG Maker. And there was a 1-month time frame on this. And I'm randomly selecting games to determine the order. For the most part, I went with the downloads that were listed on the on the event itself, so it's possible that like in the, I mean right now it's the 3rd, so in the 3 days maybe some people have updated theirs. In that case I don't have those, unless there were 2 occasions where the event page's download no longer worked, in which case I got the most recent one from the game's page itself. But other than that, I'm going with the version that was submitted for the event. And now that we are like 5.5 minutes into this, let's actually start the game. Starting with Cthonic Crypt. We are not going to be starting the game, I'll introduce it first. So I'm basically just going to be going into the game pages for these to essentially see how the game is being advertised, but other than that, I'm going in blind, basically. Cthonic Crypt. Darkness has returned to Ishvale. Rumors that the last vampire slain 20 years ago has returned. 20 years ago, your mother slew the last vampire and brought peace to Ishvale. In recent months, you have been hearing rumors about resurgent dark forces in Ishvale, and there are rumors that your mother may have lied about her greatest deed. You set out to make your way to the vampire's castle in search both for his crypt and answers. Features: every character has their own class, but this can be modified by equipping vocation spheres. While you have a sphere equipped, you will have access to that vocation's abilities, while also learning new hybrid abilities you'll keep even when changing or unequipping the sphere. And this was made by Fomar0153. So now that we are 7 minutes into the video, let's actually play a game. 20 years ago, a legendary hunter named Glynis slew the last vampire, bringing peace to the land of Ishvale. Unfortunately, now the reprieve seems to be over. Darkness has once more come to Ishvale. Rumors of the vampire's return, while not confirmed, are numerous. Some people even whisper that Glynis lied and never killed him. Now Glynis's son, Taliesin, has set out to find the truth. He is joined by Flan, a hunter from Ishvale. I'm sensing a lot of different energies here. And here I thought you might have some use. Can you even get a vague direction of the vampire? I keep telling you the vampire is dead. If the vampire is dead, why are there monsters everywhere? Why are we living in fear? I should probably make it more obvious who's which character talking. I keep telling you. Wait. Something is circling us. Nice balls, can we have them? They took my vocation spheres. Well, if you'd shared them with me, then we'd still have some. We need to get them back. I'll help if you share them this time. I can sense that 3 of them are still on this floor. We should find them first. Okay, that's kind of like a nice... Okay. I'm not actually super familiar with the RPG Maker MV. Is this like my computer setup? Why I'm walking so slow? Is that just a normal thing? Let's turn always dash on. And then I'll just look. Okay, magic missile and beast shot. Equipment. Okay, we don't really start with anything extra. Formation, is that like... Okay, I don't know what that does. Potion was found. There seems to be a guy up there. Okay, so that's gonna be... It's like some lag when we crossed that threshold. Okay, he's just gonna chill while we go take this chest. Are all of these just decorative? Yeah. Oh, he's super chill. Wizard Shadow. I would have gone to the library, but the last one is currently there. This place really won't do for a learned shadow like me. Last one. Could it be the vampire? I don't know about vampire, but it looks a bit like you. We'll be sure to check it out after we dispatch you. Wizard Shadow emerged. Psionics. Okay, so it looks like we input a command for everyone. Okay, that used. So it looks like Flan used TP and... That was short. So I have a feeling that that was like, I mean... Okay, yeah, wow, something over here is lagging us. Or maybe it's just loading stuff that was out of memory, I don't know. That seems like a very fast battle. I mean, I guess it's probably meant... Ooh, chest. Probably meant to be like a tutorial battle sort of thing. Another potion. But it felt like so short that I didn't really learn anything, if that makes sense. Fighter Shadow. I feel like smashing stuff. Stuff like you. Fighter Shadow emerged. Can we one round to this guy again? I should be equipping these, shouldn't I? So, I mean, the obvious thing would be... Okay, so he's like... Tech 21. Their stats are literally the same. So I guess we'll give you the fighter one. It would help if I were in the right slot. Yeah, because like Flan was the one who had like magic. No, Flan was not the one who was casting magic missile. I'm just being boring and giving the guy who had a spell the wizard one, and giving the guy with the bow the fighter one. And let's walk into a crater. So we're still being blocked from the side. Weird, the mirror must be broken. Wait, do mirrors break? Does this mean you have 7 years bad luck? Is that like shadowy stuff always there, or did that just appear? I've been noticing like a few kind of missing commas, I guess. Nothing too bad, I can still tell what everything is. Rogue Shadow. I stole the throne! Psionics versus magic. Will we ever encounter enough enemies to justify Fireball? I'm not familiar enough with this game to tell like what distinguishes a skill that uses TP from MP, so I should probably figure that out. Rogue found. Wasn't that supposed to be enough to level up? Current XP third? No, I need 50 total. Flan is actually kind of more of a roguey type guy, but I'll give him the fighter because like someone needs to be our meat shield. One thing I do appreciate about this game, and this is going to be I'll just keep... Oh, random encounter. And Flan doesn't have any TV to begin with. Okay, so... These all have blue numbers, so that's, I assume. Three random enemies for low psionic damage. I should have read that before I started using it. And that's greener, so... But he doesn't have TP. Yeah, okay, so he can't use that. And he can't use that. What? What? Someone attacked me and I took damage? Wow, Flan had like no TP during that. Potion. Potion. I suspect that that is going to be in a large number of these chests. Potion. So there's a gap, a stairs up and a stairs down. There was also that gap near the beginning. You know, maybe I should have flipped those vocation spheres so each of them has, like, MP attacks and TP attacks. Who's confused? No one's confused. I'm confused. Okay, Flan learned cryokinesis and strong shot. Those were things he already... Strong shot, what's the 5 out of 5? Is that like... Does that have ammo? Okay, so does he now know strong shot separate from... Or no, he... Okay, so I'm assuming that 5 out of 5 is how many SPI, API took to learn it. Yeah, Taliesin learned cryokinesis. I guess I never checked if they like actually had confusion and magic arrow as, because those aren't showing up in the skills list, right? They are not. So now I think I learned this ability from. Will it start giving me the next one? No, because strong shot's like at the bottom, so... Okay, yeah, this one indicates a 0 out of 5, so... Let's give him the rogue, because he can learn roguey type stuff. And we'll give him the wizard, so he can start learning something that doesn't use his TP, which we never seem to have. I'll actually save the game. Right, so there was that gap down here, and I never... Oh, there's a crater in front of it. Never. Huh. So I'm like wondering now, is... Okay, so this one does like 15-ish damage. And this one does 12 damage. But it does 12 damage. Okay, that strong shot is strong. Okay, no, I can cross there, but it's just decorative. So I'm wondering, because like I didn't encounter random encounters until I was up here. Is there something in this pot? There is not. Yeah, like some of these craters seem to be... for single targets. How much was this? 17. Oh, and they do like... A mysterious force blocks your way. Okay, that, I guess, answers the question of which way to go. Although I still haven't checked out the gap over here. And this one looks definitely doable. So I wonder if I just, like, attack normally. Oh, yeah, that's doing, like, almost as much as the... Okay, so now they learned new abilities, so... So now we turn you into the fighter. And you into the rogue. This must be how monsters are escaping from the castle. We won't find anything here. So I'm guessing there will either be an escape sequence, or that's like how monsters are escaping from the castle, but no one's escaped yet, right? Or like getting out of the castle to... Okay, I wasn't sure if that was like a wall between two rooms or like a wall going down. What are you doing in my castle? Then you're the vampire? Vampire? Are you blind? I'm a goblin. He does not look like a goblin. You don't look like a goblin. You look human like us. Hey, that's our last vocation sphere. This thing, a shadow had it. Now I have it. A shadow referred to you as the last one. The Goblin King ordered us to fight to the last goblin for his amusement. He died screaming. Listen, mate, you're not a goblin. Well, anyway, have you seen a vampire? And can I have that vocation spear? Feel weak like one of the sylph. As for a vampire, I've never seen one. I thought some woman killed it years ago. Thank you. See? Only place I've never been is the Crypt. There's a barrier, something to do with the weird mirror. That's what the wizards of my tribe used to say. Okay, new party member. Under-leveled party member. So I guess we'll give you... Wizard. You know, for someone dressed like a ninja, a club is kind of an unexpected weapon. I guess maybe he's just dressed mysterious. Okay, looks like no interaction with the bookshelves, and I'm not going to bother checking every single one.